The council chamber floated in the void between stars. Inside, representatives from 40 species sat in a circle. The air smelled of different atmospheres mixed together. Some aliens breathed methane. Others needed high-pressure environments. Humans needed simple oxygen. The station provided for everyone. Ambassador Daewon stood at his podium. He wore a simple black suit. His face showed no emotion. Around him, aliens whispered and clicked and sang their concerns. They were afraid. They had been afraid of humans for 10 years now. The human expansion must stop, said Velthar. The Reptilian Council chairman's scales changed color with his mood. Right now they were dark red, angry red. Your species has taken 12 systems in 5 years. You defeat every challenge, you win every war. This cannot continue. Daewon said nothing. He had learned that silence made aliens more nervous than words. An insect-like delegate clicked her mandibles. Humans are death-worlders. Your planet tried to kill you for millions of years. You evolved to survive anything, to fight anything. How can normal species compete with that? We seek only peaceful expansion, Daewon said. His voice was calm. We have not attacked anyone without cause. Without cause? A blob-like creature pulsed with light. Each pulse was a word. The Venth Collective attacked your colony. You killed 50,000 of their warriors. You lost only 300 soldiers. They attacked our civilians first, Daewon replied. That is exactly the problem, Velthar said. He stood up from his seat. His tail swished behind him. You are too dangerous, too capable. Your soldiers fight like machines. They do not break. They do not fear. They do not stop. The galaxy has never seen warriors like humans. Daewon allowed himself a small smile. If only they knew the truth. We propose containment zones, Velthar continued. Humans may have your current systems, but no more expansion for 50 years. This will give other species time to develop, time to prepare defenses, time to feel safe again. The other delegates made sounds of agreement, chirps and whistles and electronic beeps. They all wanted humans locked away, contained, made less frightening. I will take your proposal to my government, Daewon said. He knew what the answer would be. No, Earth did not accept containment. But he would be polite about delivering that message later. An alarm interrupted the discussion. A soft chime that meant emergency signal. A hologram appeared in the center of the chamber. It showed a human research station at the border of known space, Station Kepler 7. 300 scientists worked there. They studied alien plant life. Harmless work. The station was under attack. Ships surrounded it. Crude vessels with mismatched weapons. Pirates. The galaxy had many pirates. Most were small groups that raided cargo ships. These looked more organized, more dangerous. The Krenth Syndicate, someone said. The delegates knew them. Criminal organization, slave traders, killers. They sold their services to anyone with money. The station's distress signal played. This is Kepler 7. We are under attack. Shields failing. We have no weapons. We are scientists. Please help. We need immediate assistance. They are breaking through the signal cut off. Static filled the hologram. How far is the nearest council fleet? Velthar asked. 18 hours at best speed, an officer replied. Human forces? 22 hours, their nearest battle group is patrolling the far border. Velthar turned to Daewon. I am sorry, we cannot reach them in time. Daewon looked at the hologram. He tapped something on his wrist device. It looked like he was taking notes. He was not. He was sending a message. A very specific message. To very specific people. Perhaps some will survive, Velthar said. He did not sound hopeful. The pirates may take hostages for ransom. Perhaps, Daewon said. He sat down. He folded his hands. He waited. The council continued their discussion. They talked about sending investigation teams, about finding the pirates later, about punishment and justice. Empty words for dead people. That was how it sounded to Daewon. His wrist device buzzed. One word appeared. Dispatched. Daewon smiled. Just a little. Just enough. 6,000 kilometers from Station Kepler 7, the pirates celebrated. Their leader, Grath, studied the station through his ship's sensors. Easy target. Soft humans with no weapons. His crew would board soon. They would take everything valuable. They would take the humans, too. Scientists sold for good money. Rich families paid ransoms. Any response to our demands? Grath asked. Nothing, his communications officer said. The station is quiet. I think they are hiding. Grath laughed. He was large for his species, covered in thick fur, 4 arms that could crush bones. His species were hunters, predators. They feared nothing. Prepare boarding teams, kill anyone who resists, take the rest alive. His crew moved to obey. They had done this many times before. Humans were supposed to be dangerous warriors, but these were scientists, researchers, not soldiers. This would be simple work. Then the sensors beeped. Sir, I have new contacts. 3 ships just dropped from faster than light, small vessels, human design. Grath walked to the sensor station. He looked at the screen. 3 ships, very small, maybe 20 meters long each. Too small for warships, too small for anything useful. Evacuation ships, he decided. They are trying to rescue their people. Should we destroy them? No, capture them. More humans mean more ransom money. Grath grinned. His teeth were sharp, built for tearing meat. Hail them. Tell them to surrender or we kill everyone on the station. The communications officer tried. The human ships did not respond. They just kept moving, getting closer. Their flight pattern looked strange. Not straight lines, not predictable curves. They moved like leaves in wind. Random. Chaotic. They are not answering, the officer said. Fire warning shots. Show them we are serious. The pirate ships fired. Plasma bolts crossed space. They deliberately missed the human vessels, just close enough to scare them, to show power. The human ships kept coming. They did not slow down. They did not change course. They acted like the weapons fire did not exist. Are their pilots stupid? Grath asked. Maybe they are desperate, someone suggested. Fire on one of them. Disable it. We will board it and kill everyone inside. That will make the others surrender. The gunner targeted the closest human ship. He fired 3 bolts. Perfect accuracy. All 3 hit. The human ship sparked. Its engines flickered. It started to drift, dead in space. Good, Grath said. Send a boarding team. 10 warriors. Bring me the pilot's head. 10 pirates put on environment suits. They carried guns and knives. They climbed into a small shuttle. They launched toward the damaged human ship. The shuttle reached the human vessel. The pirates attached a boarding tube. They cut through the hull. They entered the ship. Grath waited for their report. He expected quick success. His warriors were experienced. They had boarded hundreds of ships. 15 seconds passed. Then he heard screaming on the radio. His warriors screaming, not in rage, in pain, in fear. Then silence. What happened? Grath demanded. Boarding team, report. No answer. The radio stayed quiet. On his sensors, the damaged human ship started moving again. Its engines burned bright. It had never been disabled. It had been pretending. The other 2 human ships accelerated. They split up. One went toward his flagship. One went toward the station. They moved fast. Too fast for ships that size. The numbers did not make sense. Weapons free, destroy them, Grath shouted. His ships fired, dozens of guns, hundreds of shots. The human vessels dodged. They moved in ways that should not be possible, like they knew where every shot would go before it was fired. One human ship attached to his flagship. He felt the thump through the hull. Security teams to docking area, Grath ordered. Repel boarders. He sent 40 warriors, the best fighters on his ship. They would crush any human stupid enough to board a pirate vessel. 4 minutes later, alarms went off. Critical systems failing. Life support cutting out in sections. Gravity failing on 3 decks. His own warriors were being locked in rooms, security doors closing without commands. Someone had taken control of his ship. From the inside. "Who are these humans?" Grath whispered. Ambassador Day Wan received the second message. "Station secure, all hostages safe. Pirates neutralized, 14 minutes total." He stood up in the council chamber. The delegates were still arguing about response times and investigation procedures. "Excuse me," Day Wan said. His voice cut through the noise. "I have an update on Station Kepler 7. Everyone turned to look at him. "The situation has been resolved. All personnel are safe. The pirate vessels have been captured. No casualties among our people." Velthar's scales turned white. Shock white. "That is impossible. Your ships were hours away." "I did not say our ships responded. I said the situation was resolved." "Then who?" Day Wan smiled. This time it was not small. This time he let them see his teeth. "You said you have seen what human warriors can do. You said you understand our capabilities. You said the galaxy has never seen soldiers like humans." He paused. "Let the silence build. Let them wonder. Counselor Velthar, you have no idea what human soldiers can actually do. What you have seen, what you have fought, what you fear. Those were our regular forces, our standard military, our normal troops." The council chamber became very quiet. "What you are about to see," Day Wan continued, "is something else entirely, something we prefer to keep secret, something we use only when normal forces are not enough." He pressed a button. Team leader Tai Hyun watched the pirate flagship through his helmet display. The ship was big and ugly. Weapons stuck out from every surface. Armor plating covered old damage. This was a vessel built for violence. It had probably destroyed dozens of peaceful ships, killed hundreds of innocent people. Today it would learn what real violence looked like. "Young-Soo status on their systems?" Taehyun asked. His voice was calm. He always sounded calm, even in the middle of combat. "I am inside their network," Young-Soo replied. He sat in the second human ship. His fingers moved across holographic controls. "Their security is garbage. I have access to doors, life support, gravity, communications, everything. Sunmi, ready?" "Ready," the third team member said. She checked her weapons one more time. Medical supplies were strapped to her armor. Guns and healing equipment. She carried both because she was good at both. "Execute," Taehyun said. His ship accelerated toward the pirate flagship. The pirates fired at him. He dodged, not because the shots were dangerous, because they needed to think they had a chance. Scared enemies made mistakes. Overconfident enemies made bigger mistakes. He let a few shots hit his ship. Sparks flew. Systems beeped warnings. His ship started to drift. The pirates would think they had disabled him. "Boarding party coming," Young-Soo said. 10 targets. "They look excited." "Let them board," Taehyun said. He moved to the back of his ship, opened an equipment locker. Inside were weapons. Many weapons. He selected a simple stun baton and a neural disruptor, non-lethal tools. The pirates were criminals, but they had not killed the scientists. That meant they still had a chance to surrender. He heard cutting sounds. The pirates were burning through his hull. Amateur work. Slow and noisy. A real boarding team would have been inside already. The hull section fell away. 10 pirates entered. They wore mismatched armor. Carried different weapons. No coordination. No discipline. They were thugs with guns, human. "Surrender and you die quickly," the leader shouted. Taehyun moved. He crossed 5 meters in less than a second. His baton hit the leader's gun. Metal crunched. The weapon fell. His other hand struck the pirate's chest. The neural disruptor activated. Electricity coursed through alien nerves. The leader collapsed. The other pirates tried to react. Too slow. Taehyun was already among them. A strike to one's leg, a hit to another's weapon, a precisely placed shock to another's nervous system. They fell like dominoes, professional, efficient, boring almost 15 seconds. 10 pirates unconscious, 0 shots fired. Boarding party neutralized, Taehyun reported. Moving to primary objective, his ship's engines roared back to life. He flew straight at the pirate flagship. The pirates expected him to dock carefully. Use an airlock. Follow normal procedures. He did not do normal. His ship slammed into the flagship's hull. The small vessel's reinforced nose punched through armor plating. Alarms screamed inside the pirate ship. Emergency bulkheads started to close. Young-Soo stopped them remotely. The doors froze half open. Taehyun jumped from his ship into the pirate corridor. 3 guards stood there. They stared at him. At the hole in their ship. At this single human who had just crashed through their hull. He shot all 3 with the neural disruptor. They dropped. He ran past them. His armor's computer showed him the ship layout. Young-Soo had downloaded it. The hostages were 3 decks down. He would reach them in 3 minutes. Pirates appeared in the corridor ahead. 6 of them. They opened fire. Plasma bolts and projectile rounds filled the hallway. A normal human would have died instantly. Taehyun was not normal. His armor could take some hits. More importantly, he did not need to tank damage. He moved, jumped to the wall, pushed off, twisted in midair, landed behind cover. The pirates hit nothing but empty space. "Sunmi, I need a distraction," he said. "Coming," she replied. On another deck, Sunmi's ship attached to the flagship. She did not crash through. She used the magnetic clamps. Quiet approach. She cut through the airlock with a plasma torch. Fast and clean, she entered the ship. 4 pirates guarded this entrance. They turned toward her. She moved before they could aim. Her gun fired 4 times. 4 tranquilizer darts, chemical sedatives designed for multiple species. The pirates fell asleep standing up. "I am inside," she reported, moving to medical bay. "They have injured station personnel." "Confirmed," Young-Soo said. "I see 6 wounded. None critical. Pirates are scared. They are pulling everyone toward the bridge." Taehyun smiled inside his helmet. Scared enemies bunched together, made them easier to handle. He moved through the ship. He did not encounter any more resistance. Young-Soo kept locking doors behind the other pirates, trapping them in sections, dividing their forces. He reached the hostage area. 20 pirates guarded the door. Too many for a frontal assault, even for him. Young-Soo lights, the corridor went black. Emergency lighting failed. Gravity cut out. The pirates floated in darkness. They shouted, panicked, fired randomly. Taehyun had night vision. He had magnetic boots. He walked along the wall while they floated helplessly. He moved through them like a ghost. Stun baton striking, neural disruptor firing. In the darkness, he was invisible. In the chaos, he was unstoppable. Lights came back on. All 20 pirates were unconscious, floating in 0 gravity. Taehyun activated his boots, stood on the floor. Gravity returned. The pirates fell in a heap. He opened the door. 300 scientists cowered inside. They looked up at him, at his black armor, at the unconscious pirates behind him. "Station Kepler 7, this is Special Operations," Taehyun said. "You are secure. Medical personnel are en route. Stay calm. Do not leave this room. Who are you?" one scientist asked. "A woman with gray hair and frightened eyes. Someone who makes sure scientists can do their work safely," he replied. Then he moved on. The hostages were safe, but the mission was not done. The pirate leadership needed to be captured. On another deck, Sunmi reached the medical bay. She found 6 station personnel with injuries, burns, broken bones, 1 with a concussion. The pirate doctor was drunk, asleep in the corner, useless. She pushed him aside, opened her medical kit, started treating the wounded. Her hands moved with the same precision she used in combat. Clean, efficient, no wasted movement. "You are going to be fine," she told each patient. "I have treated worse, much worse. You will all walk out of here." One man looked at her. "Are you really human? You moved so fast. I saw you in the corridor. You were like a blur." "I am human," she said, "just trained very well. Now hold still. This will hurt." She injected him with a painkiller, set his broken arm, applied a medical brace, 5 minutes per patient. All 6 stabilized. "All 6 comfortable. Stay here. Stay quiet. We will come get you soon." On the bridge, Grath stared at his monitors. His ship was being taken apart. Piece by piece, section by section. 3 humans. Just 3. They had defeated his entire crew. 200 warriors gone. How is this possible? He asked. No one answered. His bridge crew looked as terrified as he felt. "I am accessing their database," Young-Soo said over the team channel. "Looking for information on human forces." "What do you find?" Taehyun asked. "Standard military files. Records of human Marines. Battle statistics. Analysis of our regular troops. Anything else?" "There is a locked folder. Heavy encryption. Labeled Special Operations Command. Can you open it? Not from here. But they tried to open it. Failed. The failed access log shows casualty statistics. Enemy casualties. One report says 6 operators eliminated battalion strength force. Taehyun laughed. That was Team 3 in that jungle campaign. I remember reading about it. These pirates saw those numbers and probably thought it was a mistake. Their mistake. Our advantage. Taehyun reached the bridge door. It was locked. Heavy blast door. Designed to withstand ship weapons. Young-soo could probably open it remotely, but that would take time. Taehyun did not want to wait. He placed a shaped charge on the door. Small explosive. Precisely calculated. It would cut through the lock mechanism without destroying the door. Without killing everyone inside with decompression, he did not want prisoners dead. He wanted them terrified. The charge detonated. Small pop. The lock broke. The door swung open. 40 pirates stood on the bridge. All armed. All aiming at the door. They fired the moment it opened. Hundreds of rounds. Enough firepower to destroy a tank. Taehyun was not in the doorway. He was on the ceiling. Above the door. Magnetic boots. He dropped down behind them while they wasted ammunition on empty air. Weapons free, he said quietly to himself. His gun came up. Not the neural disruptor. Real weapon now. He fired 12 shots. 12 pirates dropped. Not dead, wounded, legs and arms. Painful but survivable. The others turned. He was already moving. Rolled across the floor. Came up next to Grath. The pirate leader swung one of his 4 arms. Massive fist. Could crush metal. Taehyun caught it, twisted, applied leverage. Grath screamed. His arm bent at a wrong angle. Not broken, just very painful. Order them to stand down, Taehyun said. His voice still calm. Or I break all 4 arms. Grath looked at this human. This single human who had destroyed his crew. Who had turned his ship into a prison. Who held him with one hand like he weighed nothing. Stand down, Grath shouted. Everyone stop! The pirates lowered their weapons. Some dropped them. They looked defeated, broken. This had been supposed to be easy. The council chamber was silent. 40 species representatives watched the video feed, watched 3 humans dismantle a pirate crew, watched the impossible become routine. When the footage ended, no one spoke for a full minute. Velthar finally found words. Play it again. They watched it 3 more times. Each viewing made it worse. The first time looked like luck. The second time looked like skill. The third and fourth times looked like something beyond normal understanding. I want to speak with whoever commands these forces, Velthar said. His scales were pale blue. Confused blue. Uncertain blue. Ambassador Daewon nodded. I will arrange it. But I warn you, Commander Insu does not waste time. He speaks directly. Some find it uncomfortable. I have met many warriors, Velthar said. I can handle direct speech. 2 days later, Commander Insu arrived at the council station. He came alone. No guards, no advisors. Just one man in a simple uniform. Black fabric with silver insignia. He walked into the council chamber like he owned it. Confident but not arrogant. Aware but not concerned. Commander Insu, Velthar said. Thank you for coming. Let's skip the formalities, Insu said. He was older than Daewon. Gray hair, scars on his hands. Eyes that had seen too much combat. You watched the Kepler 7 footage. Now you want to know what my people are, how many we have, what we can do. So ask, the room tensed. Aliens were not used to such direct conversation. They preferred protocols and procedures. Insu clearly did not care. What are those humans? A delegate asked. The ones we saw in the video. Elite operators. Special forces, the best warriors humanity produces. Insu pulled up a hologram. It showed statistics, numbers, selection rates. We start with volunteers. About 50,000 apply each year. We accept 3% for initial training. Of those, 95% fail within the first month. The remaining 5% train for 3 years. Half wash out. The ones who graduate become operators. Those are brutal selection rates, someone said. We are training people to do brutal work. The selection reflects the reality. Insu changed the hologram. It now showed physical requirements. Candidates must exceed baseline human capabilities by 30%. Strength, speed, endurance, reaction time, all measured and verified. If they cannot meet standards, they leave. Velthor studied the numbers. These requirements would kill most species, even trying to meet them. Yes, that is why humans are good at this. Insu said it without emotion. Simple fact. We evolved on a death world. High gravity, dangerous predators, diseases that adapt. Our bodies learn to survive. Our elite forces take those natural abilities and push them further. How much further? Asked Krell. He was a military advisor from a warrior species, respected throughout the galaxy for tactical knowledge. Watch, Insu said. The hologram changed again. It showed a training facility, an obstacle course, designed for soldiers in powered armor. The course record was 2 minutes 30 seconds. Set by a Krellian warrior in full combat gear, a human entered the frame. She wore no armor, just exercise clothing. A woman named J1. She stood at the starting line. She volunteered for this demonstration, Insu explained. She is an active operator. 5 years of service. Average for our standards. J1 started running. She climbed a wall in 3 seconds, jumped a gap that should require equipment, swung across obstacles with perfect form. Her movements were smooth, precise, no wasted energy. She finished the course in 1 minute 40 seconds. No armor, no enhancement, just trained human capability. The council chamber was silent again. That is impossible, someone finally said. No, that is human, Insu replied. Your species set that course record using technology. Enhanced strength. Computer-assisted reflexes. She did it with muscle and training. That is the difference, Krell stood up. His multiple eyes focused on Insu. I want to test this. Put your operator against my best warrior. Full combat. Let us see if humans are truly superior. Insu smiled. Not a happy smile. A dangerous smile. You do not want that. Your warrior would lose. Badly. And you would lose respect among your people. You are afraid. No. I am trying to save your warrior's life. And your pride. Insu looked at Day1. But if the council demands demonstration, we will provide one. Velthar considered. A non-lethal demonstration. Training exercise. Show us what your operators can do in controlled conditions. Acceptable, Insu said. 3 hours later, the council gathered at the station's training facility. Krell brought his best warrior, a creature named Vorth, 2.5 meters tall, 4 arms, natural armor plating. Vorth had won championships across 12 systems, had defeated opponents from 50 species. He was respected and feared. J1 stood across from him. She looked tiny in comparison, unarmed, unarmored, human. Rules, the referee said. Non-lethal techniques only. Fight ends when one participant yields or is incapacitated. Standard training weapons available. Vorth selected a staff, 2 meters long, metal alloy, designed for his forearm style. J1 selected nothing. She stood empty-handed. You want no weapon? Vorth asked. His voice was respectful. Warriors recognized courage. I don't need one for training, J1 replied. They began. Vorth moved first. His species was naturally fast. His training made him faster. He swung the staff in complex patterns. Forearms created a wall of attacks, high and low, left and right. Impossible to defend against without equipment. J1 moved. She did not block. She flowed, slipped between strikes, her body bent in ways that looked unnatural. Every attack missed by centimeters. She was not avoiding the staff. She was predicting where it would be. Reading Vorth's body language, understanding his patterns, Vorth increased his speed, swung harder, used his full strength. J1 remained untouched. She moved like water, always flowing. Never still, then she struck. A single hit. Open palm to Vorth's chest. It looked gentle, controlled. Vorth flew backward 3 meters, crashed into the wall. His armor cracked. He stood up slowly. Breathing hard, how? He asked. Timing. Leverage. Understanding how force moves through your body. J1 lowered her hands. Your armor is hard, but you have joints, weak points. I hit the right spot at the right moment. The force transferred through your structure. You pushed yourself backward, trying to absorb the impact. Vorth looked at his staff. Then at J1. Then at his own 4 arms. I am stronger than you. Yes. Faster. In a straight line, probably. Have more reach. Definitely. But you won. Yes. Because combat is not about physical advantages. It is about understanding, adaptation, precision. She walked over, offered her hand. You are an excellent warrior, truly skilled. But we train differently. We train to fight things bigger and stronger than us. Because everything is bigger and stronger than humans when we start. Vorth took her hand. She pulled him up. Despite the size difference, she moved him easily. Proper leverage again. In the observation area, the council delegates were silent once more. This was becoming a pattern. Insu stood. You wanted to understand human elite forces. Now you do. We select the best. Train them to excellence. Push them beyond what normal soldiers can do. We teach them to think, not just fight. To adapt, not just follow orders. To win, not just survive. How many teams do you have? Someone asked. Classified. Where are they stationed? Classified. What is their full capability? Also classified. But I will tell you this. Insu looked around the room, made eye contact with each delegate. What you saw at Kepler 7 was a standard operation. Routine work. Those operators were being careful, gentle, using non-lethal methods when possible. If we send our teams with full authorization, with lethal protocols engaged, with no restrictions on their actions. He paused. You do not want to see that. No one does, Krell spoke. His voice was thoughtful now. Not challenging. I have studied human warfare for years. Your tactics, your strategies, your victories. I thought I understood. I was wrong. You understood our regular military. Our standard forces, they are excellent. Well-trained. Well-equipped. They win battles through superior tactics and human resilience. Insu pulled up another hologram. But elite forces operate differently. We do not fight battles. We end them before they start. We remove enemy leadership, destroy critical infrastructure, complete impossible missions. We are not soldiers. We are tools for problems that normal military cannot solve. An alarm interrupted the discussion. Red lights flashed. Emergency signal again. This was happening too often lately. Velthar accessed the security feed. His scales went dark. The Krenth Syndicate is mobilizing their full fleet. 70 warships. They are moving toward human colonies. They want revenge for the Kepler 7 incident. How long until they arrive? Daewon asked. 30 hours. Human defensive forces are scattered. Your colonies are not prepared for an assault this size. The delegates started talking at once. Some suggested evacuations. Others proposed council intervention. Many seemed ready to abandon human space to its fate. Insu tapped his wrist device, sent a brief message. We do not need council intervention. You cannot fight 70 warships with what you have in the area, Velthar said. This is a full battle fleet. Your regular forces would be overwhelmed. I did not say we would use regular forces, Insu replied. He looked calm, unconcerned, like someone had told him it might rain later. You would send your elite operators against a fleet? Sujin opened her eyes. The stasis pod hissed as it released pressure. Cold air flooded her lungs. Her body ached for 3 seconds while her metabolism adjusted. Then the pain faded. Her mind cleared. Her muscles responded. She was ready. The mission briefing appeared on her display. 70 warships. Krenth Syndicate. Moving toward human colonies. Estimated arrival in 28 hours. Civilian population at risk. She smiled. This was exactly the kind of problem Team Zero existed to solve. Status check, she said over the team channel. Dongwu ready. Systems coming online now. Kyung-hee ready. Calibrating rifle. Everything feels good. Woo-jin ready. Did someone say we get to blow up 70 ships? Chaewon ready. Already plotting intercept course. Minho ready. Reviewing fleet schematics. I see 12 good targets. Sujin stood up from her pod. Stretched. She had been in stasis for 6 months. Waiting. Elite operators spent a lot of time waiting. Sleeping in pods. Ready to deploy when normal forces could not handle a situation. She did not mind. The waiting meant peace. The waking meant someone needed them. She was very good at being needed. Mission brief in 5 minutes, suit up. We launch in 60, she said. The team moved to their equipment lockers. Each operator had customized gear. Specialized tools for their role. Sujin pulled out her combat armor. Black material that could stop most weapons. Computer systems linked directly to her brain. Medical nanites that could heal minor injuries. She had worn this armor on 43 missions. It had never failed her. She armed herself carefully. Pistol on her hip, knife on her chest, neural disruptor on her leg, explosive charges in her pack. She could fight at any range, any situation. That was the point. Team Zero went where normal forces could not. They did what normal forces could not. They succeeded when failure meant death. The team gathered in the briefing room. Chaewon pulled up holographic displays. The Krenth fleet showed as red dots. 70 ships, capital vessels, cruisers, destroyers. Enough firepower to level a planet. Their formation is defensive, Kyung-hee observed. She was the team's sniper. She saw patterns others missed. They expect an ambush. They are protecting their command ship. Good instincts. Bad execution, Minho said. He studied the engineering specifications. These ships are old, retrofitted, their systems are not integrated properly. Lots of weak points. Weak points we can exploit, Dong-woo added. He specialized in electronic warfare. If it had circuits, he could break it. Their network security is probably terrible. Like the pirates. We cannot assume that, Sujin warned. The syndicate hired these ships from multiple groups. Different security systems. Different protocols. Dongwoo will need time to crack each one. How much time? Woo Jin asked. He was checking his explosives, making sure each charge was perfect. He loved his work too much sometimes. Unknown. Could be minutes. Could be hours. Then we need a distraction. Something to keep them busy while Dongwoo works. Sujin nodded. Exactly. Chaewon, how close can you get us? The pilot pulled up navigation data. Their sensors are military grade. If we approach normally, they will see us 10 light seconds out. We will be destroyed before we get close. Then do not approach normally. Chaewon smiled. She liked creative flying. I can use the nearby asteroid field. Hide our signature. Pop out at close range. They will have maybe 3 seconds to react. 3 seconds is enough time to destroy us, Kyung-hee said. Not if I am shooting their targeting systems first, Woo Jin replied. I can hit their sensor arrays. Blind them temporarily. Temporarily is not enough. We need complete access. Sujin thought for a moment. New plan. We do not hide. We make them think we are something else. Like what? Minho asked. Like a cargo ship, running away scared. They want revenge on humans. They will chase us. Get close. Try to board us like they did at Kepler 7. And when they board, they find 6 very angry operators waiting for them. The team looked at each other. Slight nods. Small smiles. This was a good plan. Dangerous. But good. 12 hours later, they dropped from faster than light near the Krenth fleet. Chaewon had modified their ship to look like a cargo vessel. Disabled engines. Emergency signals broadcasting. Perfect bait. The Krenth fleet detected them immediately. 7 ships broke formation. Moved to intercept. The rest continued toward human colonies. That was fine. 7 ships was manageable. Here they come, Chaewon said. They are hailing us. Demanding surrender. Ignore them. Send panicked messages. Make them think we are civilians. Chaewon broadcast fake distress calls. Screaming, crying, begging for mercy. All computer-generated but sounded real. The Krenth ships accelerated. They wanted prisoners. Wanted to make examples. Show the galaxy that humans could be hurt. They were about to learn something different. The lead Krenth ship attached a boarding tube. Started cutting through the hull. Sujin waited in the cargo bay with her team. They were positioned in shadows. Behind equipment. Invisible to sensors. The Krenth warriors entered. 30 of them. Heavily armed. They spread out through the cargo bay. Searching for civilians. For easy victims. Execute, Sujin whispered. The cargo bay lights went out. Dongwoo had cut the power. The Krenth warriors activated flashlights. Started shouting. Trying to maintain order in the darkness. Team Zero had night vision. They moved through the Krenth like ghosts. Silent. Deadly. Precise. Kyung-hee took the ones on the left. 1 shot per target. Tranquilizer rounds. They fell asleep instantly. Minho handled the right side. Planted small charges on their armor. The charges detonated. Just enough force to crack the suits. Not enough to kill. The warriors collapsed from sudden decompression. Sujin and Woo Jin went up the middle. Close combat. Fast and brutal. Woo Jin's explosive charges disabled their weapons. Sujin's knife work disabled their ability to fight. In 40 seconds, 30 Krenth warriors were neutralized. Dongwoo accessed their ship, Sujin ordered. Already inside their network. These people really need better security. I have control of their communications. Their sensors, their weapons, everything. Good. Send a signal to the other 6 ships. Tell them we need help. Make it sound desperate. Dongwu sent the fake distress call. The other 6 Krenth ships stopped. Turned around. Headed back at full speed. They thought their companions were in trouble. They were right. Just not the way they expected. Che-Wan, prepare for insertion. We are boarding all 7 ships simultaneously. That is impossible. We only have 6 people. We board the first ship together, then split up. 1 operator per vessel. Clear and secure. The team looked at her. This was aggressive even for Team 0. 1 person clearing an entire warship. It would be difficult, dangerous, probably insane. I love this plan, Wu Jin said. They boarded the first ship properly this time. No pretending, no tricks. Just walked through the airlock like they owned it. 30 more Krenth warriors met them. Su Jin let Wu Jin handle them. He fired grenades down the corridor. Smoke, flash, concussion. The warriors could not see, could not hear, could not think. Team 0 moved through the confusion, reached the bridge in 3 minutes. The ship captain stared at them. At these 6 humans who had just destroyed his crew. Your ship is ours now, Su Jin said. Cooperate and you live. Resist and you do not. Choose. The captain was smart. He chose life. Ordered his remaining crew to stand down. Dongwu, secure the bridge. Minho, engineering. Everyone else, pick a ship. Clear and capture. We have 6 vessels to take. Let us go to work. They split up. Each operator took a small shuttle to a different Krenth ship. Su Jin watched them go. Felt pride. These 5 people were the best humanity produced. She trusted them completely. She took the command ship, the biggest vessel. The one with the fleet admiral. The one that coordinated everything. Taking it would break the fleet's ability to function. She entered through the docking bay. Alone. 200 Krenth warriors on this ship. All of them between her and the bridge. She checked her weapons. Checked her armor. Breathed slowly. Then she started walking. The first group of warriors met her in the corridor. 12 of them. They raised their guns. She moved first. Faster than they could track. Her pistol fired. 1 shot each. 12 targets. 12 hits. They fell. She kept walking. More warriors appeared. She kept shooting. Kept moving. Never stopped. Never slowed. Warriors fell behind her like leaves in autumn. She was not angry. Not emotional. Just efficient, professional. This was her job. She reached a security checkpoint. Blast doors closed. Automated turrets activated. Started firing. She dodged behind cover. Pulled an explosive charge from her pack. Threw it, perfect arc. It stuck to the door, detonated. The door blew inward. She ran through the fire and smoke. The turrets could not track her, too fast. Too unpredictable, more warriors. She was out of pistol ammunition. She drew her knife. Close combat now. They tried to fight. She was better, faster, more trained, more experienced. She moved between them like a dancer. Every cut was precise. Every strike was necessary. No wasted motion. No excessive force, just enough to stop them, to remove them from the fight. She reached the bridge. The admiral stood there, surrounded by his guards. 20 of the best warriors on the ship. You are 1 human, the admiral said. We are 20. You cannot win, Su Jin said nothing. She charged. The guards fired. She moved, twisted, dodged, closed the distance. Her knife flashed. Guards fell. The admiral tried to run. 3 months passed. The galaxy changed. Species that had feared humans now sought alliance. Pirates avoided human space like it carried plague. The council restructured, added human representatives to every major committee, gave Earth an equal voice in galactic decisions. Ambassador Daewon sat in his new office. Larger now. Better view, more responsibility. He reviewed reports from across known space. Trade agreements, defense pacts, cultural exchanges. Humanity had become central to galactic civilization, not through conquest. Through demonstrated capability, a message arrived. Priority 1, emergency channel. He opened it immediately. Unknown vessels had entered the galaxy. From dark space, the void between galaxies where nothing lived. These ships attacked without warning. Hit 6 different species, multiple systems. Coordinated strikes, devastating effectiveness. The technology exceeded anything the Council had seen. Shields that absorbed weapons fire, guns that punched through capital ship armor like paper, speeds that made normal vessels look stationary. Whatever these aliens were, they had been preparing for this invasion for a long time. Day 1 called an emergency council session. Representatives arrived within hours. Everyone looked worried. Some looked terrified. The attacks had been brutal. Thousands dead. Entire defense fleets destroyed. Colonies abandoned. "We are facing an extinction-level threat," Velthar said. His scales were pale white. "Fear white. Our military forces cannot stop these invaders. We have lost every engagement badly." "What do we know about them?" Day 1 asked. "Very little. They do not communicate. Do not negotiate. Just attack. Their vessels are large, powerful, numerous. We estimate they have hundreds of ships, maybe thousands. What about their tactics? Their strategies? Overwhelming force. They analyze defenses, adapt, return stronger. It is like they have fought defensive battles before. Know exactly how to break them." Day 1 thought about this. An enemy that adapted, that learned, that came prepared. This was not random invasion. This was planned warfare. "Have they attacked human space?" he asked. "No, they specifically avoid your systems. Every other species in this sector has been hit. But not humans. Why? We think they fear you. They have heard the stories, seen the reports about your elite forces. They know humans are dangerous. Or they are saving us for last," Day 1 said. "Taking out everyone else first. Isolating us, then attacking when we have no allies." The council went silent. That made sense. Terrible sense. "We need your help," Velthar said. "We need human elite forces. Your Team 0, your operators. Without them, we will lose this war." Day 1 contacted Director Haywan. She coordinated all human special operations, managed deployment, assigned missions. She was the person Insu reported to, the person who made the hardest decisions. "I saw the reports," Haywan said. Her office was plain, functional, no decorations. Only maps and screens showing operations worldwide. "This enemy is smart, careful. They studied the galaxy before attacking. They know our weaknesses. Can our elite forces stop them? Maybe, but that is not the right question. The right question is, can our elite forces stop them alone?" "What do you mean?" "We have maybe 200 elite operators total. Across all teams, that is enough to handle small missions, critical objectives, surgical strikes. But this is full-scale invasion. Multiple fronts. We cannot be everywhere. Even our people have limits. Then what do we do?" Haywan smiled. It was a strange smile, almost excited. "We do what humans have always done best. We teach." Day 1 did not understand immediately. Then it clicked. "You want to train aliens? To fight like us, exactly. We cannot match this enemy with numbers alone. But if we teach other species our methods, our tactics, our way of thinking, then we multiply our effectiveness. Every alien we train becomes a force multiplier. Will it work? Most species cannot match our physical capabilities, but they can learn our strategies, our adaptability, our refusal to surrender. That might be enough. That might give them a chance." 2 weeks later, the training program began. Humans selected candidates from 40 species. Not the strongest, not the fastest, the ones with the right mindset, the ones who could learn, who could adapt, who could survive impossible situations. Yun Seo ran the program. She had trained elite operators for 15 years, knew exactly what made good warriors. She did not expect aliens to become humans. She expected them to become better versions of themselves. "You will not match human physical standards," she told the first class. 200 aliens from across the galaxy, different species, different abilities, all volunteers. That is acceptable. You have other advantages, better senses, different biologies, unique capabilities. We will teach you to use what you have, to fight smart instead of fighting hard. The training was brutal, not physically, mentally. Yun Seo pushed them to think differently, to question assumptions, to find solutions where none existed. Many failed, many quit. But some persevered. Some learned. Some started thinking like human warriors. A young alien named Rix asked a question during tactical training. Why do humans never give up? Even when losing. Even when outnumbered. What makes you fight when fighting is impossible? Yun Seo considered this. Because surrender means death for those we protect. Giving up means failing our mission. Losing means people die. We would rather die ourselves than let that happen. That is not human biology. That is human choice. You can make that same choice, Rix understood. The next day, she fought through an impossible training scenario. Did not win, but did not quit. Kept fighting until the exercise ended. Yuncio promoted her to advanced training. 6 weeks into the program, the enemy attacked again. Bigger force this time. Targeting a major colony. Council forces engaged. Fought desperately. Started losing. Sent a stress call. HFY deployed a mixed team. 3 human operators. 10 alien graduates. This would test whether the training worked. Whether aliens could fight alongside humans effectively. Sunmi led the mission. The medic from Team Taehyun. She had volunteered to work with alien forces to see if they could operate at human standards. The team inserted behind enemy lines. Their mission, capture an enemy commander. Learn about invasion plans. Find weaknesses. This was intelligence work. Precision work. Exactly what elite forces trained for. The alien graduates were nervous. They had trained hard. But training was not real combat. Real combat had real consequences. Real death. Stay close. Follow my lead. Trust your training, Sunmi said. She moved forward. The team followed. They encountered enemy patrols. Sunmi used silent takedowns, showed the aliens how to move quietly, how to strike efficiently, how to disappear before alarm could be raised. The aliens copied her technique, adapted it to their own bodies, learned by doing. They reached the enemy command post, heavily guarded. 40 enemy soldiers, advanced weapons, alert and ready. We cannot fight through that, one alien said. A reptilian named Krex. He sounded defeated. No, we cannot fight through them. So we do not fight. Sunmi pulled up a map. We go under them. These bases always have maintenance tunnels. Weak spots. We find one, use it. Avoid the fight entirely. Minho had taught her this. Find the path others miss. Attack from unexpected angles. Never do what the enemy expects. She taught it to the aliens now. They found a drainage tunnel. Crawled through. Emerged inside the command post. Behind enemy lines, Sunmi took out the commander. 2 guards tried to stop her. Rix and Krex handled them. Used the close combat techniques from training. Not perfectly, but effectively. The guards went down. The aliens had succeeded. They had fought alongside humans. Had proven themselves. The mission was success. They extracted with the prisoner. With intelligence that would help the council counter the invasion. The alien graduates had done real work. Completed a real mission. Sunmi reported to HFY. The training works. They are not as fast as us. Not as strong. But they think right. They adapt. They complete the mission. We can build a real force from this. More aliens volunteered. More graduated. More deployed alongside human operators. The war continued. The council started winning small victories. Nothing decisive. But enough to slow the invasion, enough to buy time. Then the enemy empress made her mistake. She sent her personal guard fleet, her best ships, her elite warriors. She wanted to crush the council's main defense station, break their will to fight, end the war quickly. HFY saw the opportunity. The enemy's best forces concentrated in one location, perfect target for a coordinated strike. She assembled her largest operation ever, 20 human elite operators, 50 alien graduates. Multiple teams. Multiple objectives. This is it, she told them in the briefing. We take out their command structure. Capture their empress. End this invasion. You all know your roles. Humans, remember you are not alone anymore. You have allies, use them. Aliens, remember you are not human. But you fight like humans. You think like humans. You win like humans. Now show them what you learned. The teams deployed. Sujin led the assault on the Imperial flagship. Her team included Rix and 4 other aliens. They had trained together, fought together. Now they would end this together. The flagship was massive, 1 kilometer long, thousands of crew, hundreds of elite guards, weapons that could destroy planets. Getting inside would be impossible. Sujin smiled. Impossible was her specialty. Kyung-hee provided covering fire from extreme range.